Is it time?
From the Golden Bachelorette? Yeah. I don't want to hold you back any longer. You're like salivating.
Yeah, I have like the whole list of all the guys here. Hold on, I also have my notes. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. This is so good. I live for this version of The Bachelor and Bachelorette because I feel like there is and no shade to the younger kids, okay? But there's some real depth here. Like these guys and women have gone through shit. They've had children, built companies. They are widows and widowers. When these guys are talking about their wives that they've lost, I am a fucking mess. I am so deeply weeping because it's just so beautiful to hear specifically men talk about their sig other that way. And just how one of the guys was like, this was actually Kelsey's dad, who I'm so here for.
What's his name?
Mark. By the way, that's the best Starbucks meme I've ever seen. I told them my name was Mark with a K, and the cup came out that said Clark.
It'll pop up again. It's just like the Listen Linda video.
I have to yell at you guys.
Listen, Linda.
Or the cat going, buongiorno. Like, I like it every time.
Buongiorno. Buongiorno.
But there are classics.
Yeah.
And they come around. It's like the look at the tree.
All right, look at the tree. Oh, look at the tree.
Who wants Bailey's?
Come on, help me clean up after the tree, please.
Such a mess.
I love that tree. It was a good tree. Bye, tree. It's cold.
I love that tree. That video every holiday season. It's so good. Anyway, point being, he was talking about how, he's so grateful to be here, but it also might be hard for him because I know what a perfect relationship looks like. My wife was perfect. Our relationship was perfect. And she filled my heart completely. Mic drop. Like, to hear a man speak that way about their significant other, I just think the world needs more of it. It's so lovely. And I don't give a shit how produced the show is. Those moments of them, they're not feeding them the lines to talk about their wives. And if they are, then never tell me. Okay. Like there's certain things I don't need to know about. Like you could be an alien. I don't need to know that. You're my best friend. I love you. Like you love me. We're having a great time. I just don't need to know these things. So that makes me so incredibly crying, obsessed. And then I also just love, like, these guys are trying to be no one but themselves. The younger dudes, you can see like, oh, it's skinny jeans season again.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, everyone's got like a weird dippity do to their hair. Or like, oh, men are wearing pearls now. Here for all of it. Do all of this. But with the grown men, no. You're not seeing Pascal, the French guy. I am obsessed with.
Obsessed.
On every, like Pascal's
I'm high maintenance. He's
I
like
give you
3 times. He was like going to elaborate on it, but then realized
exactly. You don't need to explain anything. You're perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. I don't know how to say it in French. Just say it with a French accent. I just I'm living for all of their quirks and their idiosyncrasies and how like I can't be on the top bunk because I got bad knees. I need the bed by the door because I got a weak prostate and I wake up 6 times a night to pee. No one wants to sleep with me because I have untreated sleep apnea. Like it's so good. One of my absolute favorites who I need to talk about for 18 hours. Jack is the guy from like Chicago who owns a catering company who made like brajol and
I think so.
Hold on.
But because there's another cook too, so I don't want to mix them up. Is Jack
comes in singing I did it my way. So great to meet you. What's her name? Joan. Then my Jack, first of all, I need a buddy comedy between Jack and is his name Jonathan? Hold on. Charles L., the retired financial analyst whose wife died from an aneurysm.
Oh, yeah.
He and Jack need a buddy comedy.
Yeah.
Like stat.
Yes.
Okay. Also, I need to, sorry, we're going so
no, I know
deep into this.
Like I don't know their names. I just know
that's why I
the
have my cheat
things.
sheet.
I know. So I'm so glad that you have that. So I wanted to make sure that Jack was the guy because I have things to say about Jack that I'm like, is it really Jack? Though I do not want to give
No, it's
anyone
Jack.
else the credit.
No one else can get the credit for Jack but Jack. Jack was just so happy to be there. Jack does he of course cares about Joan, but he doesn't give a shit if he gets voted off night 1, night 2. He's doing cannonballs in the pool.
Yeah.
He's like, this is the most beautiful friggin' place I've ever been to.
Yeah.
He's got his Le Creuset in the kitchen. He's got his chef's coat on, throwing a towel. He's in the golden moment of his life.
Yes.
Nothing's ever been better. I need a golden bachelor in paradise. I need to start matchmaking for these people because Jack, and who's the broad from last year who became best friends with the other chick, and she's the one who married the two. She's got the short black hair.
I know who
She's
you're talking about. I
ordained
did not
minister.
watch that season.
Okay. She's an ordained minister from, I think, Pennsylvania. Her and Jack would burn the house down in the best way possible. I need to start setting these people up, and we need spin-offs. ABC, we need spin-offs, okay? I need a buddy comedy with Jack and Charles L. I think all of them are so goddamn adorable. When the garbage disposal goes out and Kim, the retired Navy ship captain or something like that, he's fixing it. Like, this is what's so great about older men. They know how to do shit.
Yeah.
So no offense to the 20-year-old guys. Love them. Okay. Can't live without you. But like, the average 20-year-old guy is not fixing your garbage disposal the way my dad is fixing a garbage disposal. And I respect that so deeply. I also respect how, like, in these older, whether you're talking about the Golden Bachelor or the Golden Bachelorette, all the annoying drama is just like, I'm keeping the main thing. Like, none of these older guys are saying this nonsense.
No, they didn't waste any time before they got here on like, how am I gonna like stand out? Like, well, they might have like, how am I gonna stand out to Joan? But like, everyone else that's 20 is figuring out how are they going to use this for their social media and like become an influencer and whatever. The Bachelor as is right now needs to be completely overhauled. Like, it's just time for a new.
No, it does. It definitely
setup.
needs an overhaul. And I feel like the authenticity that we're getting from the older crowd, I am so here for. When they're showing, and again, I don't care that it's produced. I know it's produced. I don't give a good goddamn.
No.
I love watching them watch the videos of their grandkids and they're all crying, or their kids. I love, who was it? I think it was, Bob, the chiropractor, when he was talking about, it's like now, because his daughter is a lesbian, he's like, it's Bob and 28 lesbians hanging out. I'm like, Bob, I'm in love with you. Like, I just love that nothing they're saying seems contrived. They just seem like, I'm here, I'm queer, I'm here for the right reasons. Let's do this, Joan. Like, I don't want to die alone. I'm on the back nine. Let's figure this shit out so we can go on a banging cruise one day.
Yeah.
And I love all of that. And I love how their conversations are better.
So much better. Every single thing about it is so much better. And
Yes.
one thing I want to decipher actually is that The Bachelorette needs a total overhaul. The Bachelor is still okay because it's all women there. And the women are always going to be, for the most part,
100%.
generally speaking, for
Yes.
the right reasons. The men have gotten to just, I don't know where you're finding these schmucks. Like, it's too much.
By the way, this is what we should be doing. This is what casting should be doing. They should be talking to the men on the Golden Bachelorette being like, do you have sons that are anything like you? Because you are a real diamond.
Or they should be bringing the guys from
Yes.
the Golden Bachelor in on the off season
Yes.
to
And
be like,
mentoring
what do you
these
even know
guys.
about this girl? What do you even like about her?
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Like, next, what else? What else? Like, and
Correct.
really bring them back to like what the important things are, because these guys now have no idea what the fuck they're doing there.
I would agree with that.
And it's like the whole reason why it turned out the way that it did, because they were not there. It's so cheesy to say that the right reasons, but like
Devin was not there for the right reason.
But
okay?
any reason that does not have something to do with like how you're going to monetize this.
Marcus was there for the
afterwards.
right reasons.
Yeah.
I stand by that. He just
No,
has like
absolutely.
inner
Yeah.
work that needs to be
Yeah.
done and healed and all the things.
Yeah.
But wait, before I forget, can we talk about when Carl gets voted off? He reprises his rendition of My Way.
Wait, I thought that I thought you said Jack sang My Way.
Yeah.
Wait, Carl sang My Way
Oh,
too?
sorry, Jack. I'm sorry. I'm getting my guys confused. Yes.
Hold on. Okay.
Oh, wait, did you not watch?
I didn't watch the very end. I like have 10 minutes left, and
spoiler alert
because
to my
I got up
co-host.
to like go. I think I was burning something, so I was like, "Oh, I'll rewatch it." But then I thought, no way they were going to send Jack home early, because you know how they just always are keeping people on for entertainment purposes. Like, why would you pick him out of everyone?
It wasn't
to
a connection.
Go home.
Jack was sent home. I'm so sorry I did that to you.
No. I don't mind that.
So he gets voted off, and you know they walk out of the mansion, which he's like, "This is the best friggin' place I've ever been to.
Yeah.
It's huge. It's cavernous. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Can I just stay and cook for everyone? You know, I'm in catering." Like, he's so good. He's so good. You know, I say this all the time: stand for nothing, fall for anything.
Yeah.
So Jack stands for something. Okay. Carl leaves the mansion. He's doing his exit interview, and he's like, direct to camera, "This is all I want to tell you. I've lived. Whatever the lyrics are
Hold
for all
on,
of it."
wait. I'm confused again. Carl or Jack?
God, who's the caterer?
Show me a picture
Jack.
of Jack.
His name's Jack.
Okay.
Sorry. For everyone at home, I've only been talking about Jack. He's the only man in my heart right now.
Yeah.
He goes and sings the entire song again. So long. He's been singing it for so long that another guy gets voted off. And now he's trying to do his exit interview. We got a backup at, thank you. We have a backup at the end exit interview lane. But this is what I love. He doesn't come over and piss on his cornflakes. He throws his arm around him and starts singing with him. It can't get better. It doesn't get better. It's so good.
I was just thinking the last good Bachelorette was Hannah B's season.
Yeah, she was good.
Because the
No.
guys were buddies.
No, who was that black girl that was the Bachelorette that looked like a Barbie doll? She was a perfect specimen of a human, and she's still with her guy.
Shan
Picked the perfect guy for her.
Yeah.
They're still together. They seem really happy. She did an amazing job.
Charity.
Yeah. Thank you. Charity was amazing.
One thing about Jack, I listened to him on a podcast.
Oh, tell me everything. Spare no detail.
I mean, I'll send it to you because literally every line was gold. Like just everything that he's saying was fantastic. He had a watch party for the first episode. You know, he's dated many women. And
Obviously.
so he kept kind of referring to like an ex-girlfriend. Oh, I used to date a girl that, this girl that I used to date. And they were like, you seem like you had a lot of ex-girlfriends. He's like, yeah, I've had some ex-girlfriends. And he's like, but it seems like you're still talking to all of them. He's like, oh, I would say about a dozen of them were at the watch party. like that's how, like he keeps in touch with all of his exes and they're all partying together.
Yes.
So
my kind of guy.
Like you didn't need to tell me that, Jack. Like had you just asked me, do you think that he keeps in touch? Yes, he's a KIT 1,000%.
1,000%. You know why else he's great? Jack catered his own watch party without a shadow of a doubt.
I'm sure he did. The other great thing is that, and I think this would probably be for any of them, was that when it was ending, he was on Zoom from the thing. So when it ended, the podcast host would keep going, and then they go, "Oh, Jack, you still there?" He's like, "I can't figure out how to turn this thing off." And I think that went on for like 2 minutes. Oh no, I found it. I got it. And they're like, can still see you. He's like, oh man, okay. Like it was just as good as like his stories was just watching this guy have no idea how to get off of a Zoom
love
call.
him.
Yeah.
Bring Jack
how
back.
He even got on the Zoom is like, who
a
fucking
miracle.
knows?
Who knows?
Yeah, no, that's huge
No,
miracle.
his kid probably came in like before work to be like, Dad, I'm setting it up now, so don't touch anything.
Yeah.
And then when you got to get off, you just hit this button, but Jack didn't care because he was so excited he was doing a podcast that it just went in one ear out the other.
Yeah.
By the way, I love that when he cooked her a meal, he literally cooked her like a brontosaurus burger. It was so big. It was for someone who just finished an Ironman race.
Yeah.
Like Jack is not dealing in small portions.
No.
It was just so on par, and I loved it.
I know.
There's one guy who is one of my favorites, Jonathan, the shipping consultant who
Not
says
another
he's-
shipping.
No, I actually believe him. He says he's 61. I'm going to need documentation. If this guy came on my TV and said he was 41, I would have been like, that checks out.
Is that the black guy?
Yeah, shaved head.
The one that
has
got
like the big
that got
tattoo.
prom king, the hottest one,
The
pretty much on the whole show.
Do you believe he's 61? I mean,
I was
do,
literally looking at him
but
when
I
I was watching it, going, "Did you fake
Your
it to
age?
make it?" Like, yeah. I
this
mean,
is why we're fucked. I'm gonna look like a bag of balls.
I know. The only time I've ever thought, like, did they plan this out or is this produced or whatever, was his story about prom, about how, like, he got left at, like,
but
he
this
asked a
is-
girl and then said, like, and then she called me, like, 6 days before or something, and, like, she didn't want to go anymore. And I was like, that is the perfect fucking answer.
Correct.
You're obviously getting to be prom
But
king now.
I will say, I've liked him from jump,
Yeah,
even before the
and
prom
he's
story.
the hottest one.
He is so good looking and in such incredible shape.
Yes.
Jesus.
That skin, what do you use? Like, I'm dying to try a new serum.
Just add it to the list.
Yeah.
When all of the guys are giving their background and, whether they were divorced or, there's one of the guys on here that I love named Keith, and his title is just Girl Dad.
Yeah.
And he says, I got divorced because my ex-wife, I think she was the one that was suffering from addiction really badly. So
Yeah.
he's been a single dad for the last 12 years. And just the heartfelt nature with which they're all just showing up to be there.
Yeah.
And so when Jonathan, the shipping consultant, when he was telling the story, it was so authentic. And then when he got prom king and he was crying, now I'm crying because I don't know. I feel like something, not to be so corny, but I am so corny. So get used to it. I don't know. Hopefully life and living through a certain amount of years teaches you something where you do want to, even if this is some produced moment on some random TV show that somehow you stumbled onto, it's just so nice to see people having authentic, organic, emotional responses to things, especially dudes. And watching all of them cry, watching them get insecure and talk about it, or talk about like the one-on-one date, the guy she went to Disneyland with. What was his name? Chalk? Chock?
Oh, there is a Chalk.
Yeah,
I couldn't
Chalk.
remember that was his name.
Yes, that's the one that she brought to Disneyland. That I could have, ABC, air their whole conversation. Give me a 4-hour dinner date. That's all I need to see. It was so, because his story was so, first of all, it was so similar to hers.
Yeah.
Both of their spouses had gotten sick and it happened really quickly, and they had to be the strong one, right? Like when someone's sick, you can't be weeping at their bedside every day. And I got to imagine that is not only brutal to live through, but when you meet someone else, just listening to them being so candid about how, oh my God, now we can talk about this together because you're part of a club that no one wants to be a part of, but we're both in it.
Yeah.
It was just so lovely to watch their conversation. And I also love hearing their life experience. Like, I love how Chalk was married, didn't work out, had nothing bad to say about his ex-wife. He's just like, didn't work out, different people. We move on, wish her the best. And then he's like, and then I did meet the love of my life. And we were together for 9 years. And do I wish it was longer, but I am grateful for every second I had with her. Like, that's the kind of shit I want to tune in to see on my television. Like, I don't need keeping the main thing.
No, God, no, I'm so done.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
Something else I don't need, and I just need to talk about this to the Bachelor hair, makeup, and wardrobe department. We are done with the hair extensions. I don't care if you are 22 or 62. Stop. I can't. This is actually my note just for humans worldwide. There are some hair extensions that are really good. If you got those, go on with your bad self. If you don't, like Jones, and Joan is a beautiful woman. She has so much going for her. She's got the most banging bod on any 61-year-old I may have ever seen in my life. It's like her and Elle Macpherson, okay? These hair extensions are so bad.
Yeah.
And every outfit that she wears, it gets caught up in like the neck of like where it's getting zipped in the collar of the jacket. And all I'm seeing is this rat's nest of hair. And It's aging her.
Unless you've gotten them put in and you're literally spending like $2,000 to someone that's going to put like dope ones in and like do it all fucking perfect and spend 9 hours doing it for you.
And is a master at it.
But if you're just like throwing clip-ins here and there and not like making sure that like your color every month is like still the same color of your
As the
extensions and they're not just ones that you bought on Amazon for $40 and like that's literally like Barbie's hair where if your curling iron stays on it for too long, like, oh, this is on fire.
Stay away from open flames.
Yeah.
I watch so many different reality TV shows and a lot like that Mormon one. Okay. Every broad on the Mormon, whatever show has hair extensions.
Except for one.
Except for that one. Yes.
The lead.
Yes.
What's her name?
I can't remember. No.
She's my favorite. I can't remember her name now. The reason the whole show exists. Probably. Taylor.
Yes.
Yeah. How crazy is it that her hair is all real?
Yes. But here, so it's like I'm watching a lot of these girls and you can see whether it's a rat's nest in the back or it's like all of your hair is shoulder length, yet your mermaid hair is down to your anus.
Yeah.
Like, how are you not seeing that? You wanted the hair extensions. You got to brush that shit every 5 minminutes, okay?
Yeah.
That's how it's going to work for you.
And
that's
you have
the
to
only
keep
way.
them trimmed. I took mine into... I mean, I don't like wear them. I wear them when there's like a wedding, like where you just like want to do more with your hair. So you need more hair to do it. I spent a fucking fortune on them. And I took mine to the stylist that I go to and had her tone them and do them exactly the stuff that she puts in my own hair because I'm not, it's all I see on TV is these mismatched and nothing that's feathering. It's all like just streamers. My friend Melissa used to call them streamers.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So I just need them for everyone to stop with the hair extensions or get someone who's the best. You have a budget. Get the best hair extension person in Los Angeles. I actually have their number. Like DM me. I'll give it to you.
Yeah. And they're all over TikTok too.
Right.
Like they're filming the whole things now because everyone's filming everything.
Absolute artists who do this work.
Yes.
I'm here for their stuff. I'm not here for the bad ones. Also, this has been my problem with specifically The Bachelorette for years now. I want to say a good 8 to 9 years. I am so offended by the clothing choices that they are putting on these women. It is such terrible clothing choices. And you have the budget. Let's get chic. Let's roll some Ralph Lauren up in this bitch. Like, let's get you dressed, honey. I don't feel like sparkle on everything. The jewelry is also awful. It's all this costume jewelry and nothing matches. You're wearing gold and silver, and it's not like gold and silver that actually matches. It's not. It's bad shit.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to do better here.
Yeah. I think it just depends like where the Bachelorette's from, like what she's used to every day. Like some people just think, no, this looks best on my figure. I need something really form fitting. I need something that's gonna like I pop in this color, and then I feel like they might choose these things because that's their own style at home. They need a better stylist that can say, let me explain something to you. And I don't think anyone's explaining.
But also, I don't think that it's like, no, you're now in the machine. You're not getting a choice. Like that blue Cinderella dress that they had on Joan at it has nothing to do with her age. No one should be wearing that.
Yeah.
That should be at the bottom of a landfill, not on a person's body. Like it's a horrible dress.
I know, and she has banging figure. Like she would look good in anything. Like it's one thing for people to be like, oh, I've always had my legs have always been my insecurity or my like nothing on Joan.
Nothing.
I can't see
I
anything.
want Joan's arms.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
Like let's help us help Joan.
Yeah.
So that really annoys me.
Do you think that Gary might pop in?
Absolutely. He's on one of the trailers.
But do you think that he might pop in as like how sometimes like they'll come back and they'll come in and be like, I'd like to actually join the guys we used to date. You know how there's always like somebody that's trying to like come into the show?
I think he's going to come in and give like, I walked so you could run. Like, here's my advice.
So. I hope that he doesn't come in and be like, I just feel like we never really got our chance because I will not like him anymore.
Same. Do you think that that's what's going to happen?
The way that he got engaged and then they just like weren't engaged anymore because like neither of them were willing to move.
Which is so insane.
Right. But I think that could easily happen again. Like that's one thing about being older is that you think that they're going to be like, no, we know what's important. We just want a companion, yada, yada. I think that the longer you are on this earth, the more you are rooted in your ways and like where you live and like where your children are and whatever. I think it would be 10 times harder for these people to move near each other than it is for like the 20-year-olds too.
But don't you think, first of all, you retired, you can do 50-50. And do you think that they spoke about it and then reneged, or they were in fantasy land the whole time and never
fantasy land? I don't think that they planned on it. But I loved what Joan said when they were like, are you worried about having to move? And she's like, I'm not worried about that at all. And I think every relationship is different. And I think that now, like, nobody needs to be together 24 hours a day. Like, what'd she say? Let's meet up somewhere fabulous.
Yes.
Like, that's great. Like when Paige DeSorbo was talking about her and Craig like living apart, and she's like, we're together 5 days a week or 4 days a week or something. It is an incredible thing to have like 2 days off to where you're just getting all of your shit together again and like sitting with your own thoughts and like no one to have to, not that anyone's having to make dinner, but like, even if you're not making dinner, you're still like, oh, they're going to be hungry when they get. You're thinking of another person. You're being considerate of like, what are they going to want to do after they've worked all day? You know, all those things.
Sometimes it's just nice to do you, boo.
That's what I'm saying. So I love that she brought up the thing that nobody really ever talks about.
Same.
That you do not have to, at this age, if you both have your established families and like your friends and like you're playing pickleball or you're playing tennis or whatever the fuck you're doing with your days and your buddies and your grandkids and whatever, like, great.
Just make it work. If you're two adults that can come to a rational agreement.
I totally agree too. I
think we are getting into this space as a society, or at least I hope we are, but relationships can look different.
Yeah.
You can be in a committed relationship at 60 whatever years old, and it's like, yeah, we split our time, and sometimes I'll spend a week here and he'll spend an extra week at home with his kids in Texas and I live in Maryland or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
We need more variety in relationships and how they look. I don't think clearly the standard monogamy of, two people living in a house forever, if that's what you guys both want, then yes, do it till the wheels fall off. But if that doesn't seem like it will bring you joy, then try something else.
Yeah. There's no rules.
Do you know what else I loved about Kelsey's dad? What's his name again? Chris?
Show me a photo of him because I can't remember which one he is.
God, he's so cute. Are you kidding me?
No, I remember. Oh, okay. Yeah.
He is so good. He's adorable. I think he's sexy.
I don't know about that.
Okay. Mark, I think you're sexy.
Well, when you've got the prom king hanging around, like until he gets the boot, I don't have eyes for anyone. And Jack is gone. Like I'm almost like,
why even watch it?
That was really
without Jack there.
Yeah, unless he said something stupid, because that's what his kids tell him sometimes.
I think it was probably when he was cannonballing into the pool, having more fun there than maybe talking to Joan. I think Joan's like, I'm good.
I know, but there was no one else you could send home, like other than Jack. Like you must know I'm not going to be into, especially someone of her age would know. Like there's no way I'm interested in at least 5 other guys. Jack would have at least been like a fun guy to have around. Like,
yes, but listen, and this is coming from someone who loves Jack deeply. Okay,
I'm questioning it.
I'm just telling you. I personally, I want to go do karaoke with Jack and sing My Way. I want to do a fireball shot, and I don't even do fireball shots with Jack. I'll eat his brisket, and I'm a vegetarian. I don't want to go on a date with Jack.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah.
But the other stuff, like, let's just keep him around for commentary. Like, he's so good.
That's exactly what I'm saying, is that I have a feeling there was at least 5 other guys that she doesn't really want to go on a date with. Would love to see them go first and had an extra couple weeks with Jack.
Honestly, because he was like having Rodney Dangerfield on the show.
Yes, exactly.
He was like, hey, I can't get any respect.
Yeah, exactly. So one other thing.
A single bed. Oh. I love Jack.
My dad loved Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh my! So does my dad. My dad plays Rodney Dangerfield YouTube clips. I was just at my brother's wedding and I was sharing a room with my parents and my dad's literally watching old YouTube. My dad watches everything on YouTube except our show, which is awesome.
That's hilarious. He's a YouTuber. Like, I understand these people that are just like, I don't watch things on YouTube. Like, I don't.
My dad is like a 6-year-old at a restaurant.
Yeah.
He literally sits in the house with his iPad in front of him, headphones on, and watches YouTube all day.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, I can't get him to do anything. And I'm like, take the iPad away. He's like your kid. Like,
So much content. It's never ending. There's 60 million new videos a day.
One time, my nephew, my dad was doing something outside of, like, we were all at my parents' beach house. And my dad was doing something outside of Gianni's room. And Gianni was trying to sleep. And he comes out of his bedroom. He's like, Grandpa, I told you, I'm trying to sleep. Keep it down. And my dad's like, gee, I got to get something out of this closet. And he goes into my sister's room and he's like, Grandpa should be punished. No, because the way he used to refer to people is how they were related to you. So he wouldn't say Grandpa should be punished. He would go, you should punish your dad. I think you should take his iPad away. By the way, he wasn't wrong. Gee, I think we should take Dad's iPad away.
I think we should take everyone's iPad away.
I would call Gianni to talk with him. I'm like, hey, G, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm just having dinner with your sister. I'm like, or your mom?
I love that.
But I thought it was very thoughtful that he'd be like, gee, what are you doing? Oh, I'm with your sister right now and your mom's going to pick me up. I'm like, you could just call mom and grandma. It's okay.
Yeah. So I feel like your dad probably says that all the time. Like, your sister's calling your mother. Go help your mother.
Totally.
I feel like he's probably learning that
100%.
from your dad.
Totally. Anyway, back to the Golden Bachelorette, because there's just a few things before we get off of it I want to tell you.
Yeah, like how Pascal fucking found a sucker to do his laundry.
$100 a load.
Is he really paying $100 a load? Like, is that's happening?
It's kind of amazing.
No, it's totally amazing. And he just seems like a guy that would know how to do laundry because he would probably be very specific on the handling of things.
No,
so
he
like,
knows how to
wouldn't
direct.
have pegged, right. Okay, that definitely makes sense. But I wouldn't have pegged him for someone who had never done laundry before because he seems like someone who'd be like, don't touch that. I'll handle it myself, you know?
Yeah, and his handling it is like giving it to the dry cleaner.
Yeah.
Which I'm here for.
Totally.
Totally here for. These are the people that are my front runners, okay? Chalk came out swinging. He's the guy that had the Disneyland date.
Yeah.
I thought he was great.
I liked him just fine.
And I would have never picked Chalk. I just think they had a very good connection on that first date.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, let's keep our eyes on him.
Yeah.
Also, Dan was the guy who got the rose on the group date where they all had the talent show. And he has a tremor. I really enjoyed like their talk and how he just was like, look, I wish I didn't have the tremor, but I'm going to like laugh my way through it. And he's not a front runner for me, but I'm interested in who this human being is. Gary, the retired finance guy, who his grandson, who is the cutest thing ever. He lives in Palm Springs. He had the gold jacket on.
Yeah.
And he was dancing at prom.
Yeah.
I don't know how far he'll go, but I love him.
Yeah.
Like I need more of him in my life. Jonathan, he is a front runner for me.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Jordan, you're never going to remember who he is. Senior sales executive, 61. There was something interesting about him. We don't need to belabor him. Keith, the girl dad, did not realize they would have such a connection.
Yeah.
Because he's got, and I say this with love in my heart, he's got like a little bit of a doofy thing to him.
Yeah.
Not that he's not smart and amazing. I just mean like, I didn't know if he was going to be, he seemed a little softer. And so I didn't know if he was going to have that like alpha thing that I think she likes.
Yeah.
Because she kept saying, I want to feel safe with a guy. So I didn't know if that, but he's really stepped up to the plate and has really surprised me. Kim, the retired Navy captain. I'm curious to see if he can let loose enough for her.
Me too.
Because she keeps saying like, I just want to have fun. I want to travel. I want to experience life, which I live for the fact that she's saying like this, my kids are raised. I've buried a husband. Like, I just want joy from here on out. Let's do this.
Yeah. But someone who wants to do that often needs someone who's going to remember the earbuds for the travel and you're not going to want to take that. You want like sometimes they need that person
100%.
so that they can be like,
woo, woo,
yeah,
we're going on a cruise. Woo.
They can let their extensions down because someone's like handling the bags. It's
Correct.
like making sure that nothing gets lost.
But that person can be that person and can make you laugh.
Yeah.
So I'm curious if Kim can be that guy. Okay. I need to talk about the moment with her and Mark. When Mark, first of all, Mark was in the army stationed in Germany and learn German. I find that to be sexy. Not that German is the sexiest language. I just mean like the fact that he took it upon himself to learn another language while he was stationed somewhere. I feel like that just shows someone who's a doer, who's interested in life and other cultures. And to me, those are all really sexy traits.
No, totally. And that just shows that like all the free time that you had, like that's how you spent
Yes.
it.
Like you weren't out just trying to like pick up chicks.
Yeah, or like writing 7 love letters to 7 different girls.
Yes. He's like, no, Ügen, Hügen, Wienerblüten. And I was into it.
Yeah.
And then he asked the question in German, may I give you a kiss?
Yeah.
She said yes. And this was what lit me up like a fucking firecracker. After the kiss, when he was doing his interview, he just, because there's something about someone who's confident and not overly confident, but just like, I know what I know.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm good at whatever, you know, whatever it is. And at the end of his confessional, he's like, it was a good kiss.
Yeah.
It was a good kiss. Like the kiss was there. And you just know she felt that, he felt that. And now the game has started. Like now we can play ball. Now something's interesting is happening. And I just think that they could go really fucking far. And mark this now. If they don't, he's got to be the next Golden Bachelor.
Mark. Yeah.
I'm obsessed with him. Did you not love that moment after they kissed and he was like, the kiss was good. He kissed like, you're just not into him.
You know,
So he's not memorable
I'm
to you.
still honestly getting over the news of Jack. And I don't know how long that
You're going to have to get over it
for.
because we've got a whole season ahead of us.
I know, but now I just want to be like, is he going to start a podcast?
Is Jack going to start a podcast?
I mean, I just think sky's the limit for this guy now.
I mean, let me just
I feel
say
like
this.
the deals are going to be coming in. He's going to be like, I don't know what any of that means, but like,
Yes to-
I'm here
yes to it all.
yes to it all. Yeah.
I will sell diapers while doing a podcast, eating a hot dog. I will
If
sell
someone
every
could
product.
just hook up my computer,
Log me in and off every day. Yeah, I love him. But you're just going to have that love, that special love, and just hold on to that. And we're going to move forward with Mark and Kim and Jonathan, the shipping heir.
okay.
There's good guys. She has really good guys.
Yeah, I don't have a choice.
You don't. It's okay.
It's Joan's choice. Joan makes all the choices. She's so controlling.
Oh my God. Wait, every time Charles L says, Joan's in charge, Charles isn't in charge. I
Does everyone love Charles though?
think so.
I think he's a fan favorite.
How could
I'm
he
seeing
not
his
be?
name pop up everywhere.
How could he not be? One of the women I love who was on The Bachelor, she's the one who became best friends with the ordained minister. She was the funny one, and she got like all these opportunities after the show. Well deserved, because she actually is really funny. She was on Bethany Frankel's podcast, and Bethany was like, so what's up? Like after the show, have you met anyone? And she said, nobody. And that breaks my heart, because these are some solid people. We need to start connecting the dots.
Maybe she got some hair extensions. That seems to be all the rage.
No, she doesn't need them. She's better than a bad hair extension.
The phone isn't ringing.
I'll DM her.
Change your hair, change your life.
Change your hair, change your
Someone
life.
told me that. Who was that?
This guy.
But I do think that we might need to get on a phone call on the Thursdays or Fridays or whatever, because it's hard for me to remember everything a week later. We really
This is what
screwed the
happens when you
pooch.
smoke the dope. That's what my dad would say.
But I do not remember.
You haven't smoked this new
anything.
stuff, really?
No, but I mean,
But
I
you
have
don't
that. I
remember-
have that issue already.
Yeah.
But like, weed makes like really kicks it up a notch. I mean, I feel like I have some really great ideas, but then how great were they if you can't even remember them?
No, they could be great. You just can't remember them. I
Right.
don't think those two things are mutually exclusive, is all I'm saying.
But I also feel like it's the age-old thing where like people think that they really cracked the code on something, and then like they read their journal the next day and they're like, "This is gibberish." Or like when you put in your notes like this great fucking idea that you heard, this great like.
But that could happen stoned or sober for
right?
me.
No, totally.
TBH.
Well, it's mostly when I'm super stoned, but in that moment, I'm like, "This is gonna change everything."
I've had those moments.